Welcome to Springboro 45066, Part 2, the TV News Magazine show of Springboro, Ohio. On Part 2 of our show, we'll get a preview of the Springboro Community Theatre's 2023 season. The library is getting a makeover and programming is in full swing. The ladies tell us all about it. Panthers basketball is looking good this year, and Carrie meets up our new head coach, Brian Bales. ArtFest on Main was a success in 2022, and Festival Chair Kim Loesche announces the date for 2023. The Warren County Career Center, we learn all about nursing and the STNA program. And on Meet Your Neighbor, we talk to resident Kelly Settle. It's all happening right now on Springboro 45066, Part 2. Part 2, here we are. We haven't left the city building.
Nope.
We got a nice show again.
We do.
Yeah.
It's nice to be back with you, Mayor.
It is nice to be always with you, Carrie. We have a lot of fun together. Great show.
We do.
We do it for you. Remember that. Anyway, where are we going first?
We are going to the Performing Arts Center to Springboro Community Theatre. I had the opportunity to speak with Scott Madden, who is Springboro Community Theatre's programming director, and he let us know about their next season. So let's go check out their season announcement. We are in the beautiful Performing Arts Center today, and I am joined by Scott Madden, the programming director and improv mentor at Springboro Community Theatre. Scott, welcome to 45066.
Thank you for having me. I always love doing these things.
Well, thank you for all of your contributions, of course. Now, I understand Springboro Community Theatre is ready to announce their next season.
Yes, thank goodness, finally we are. It's been a long journey getting to where we are at this point.
Sure.
Because the process of choosing shows is very arduous. It's not just we just go pick, that's it, we're going.
Right.
We have a committee of 12 to 13 people.
There is a selection committee, correct?
Yep, and we read suggestions from the audience at large, whoever wants to send us, hey, I want to see this show. We'll read all these shows, we listen to all the music,
sure,
and then we go through a vetting process.
Sure. Well, I'm sure you and your team have done a fantastic job. So let's start with the big summer show that everybody's always excited about at North Park. What is SCT going to bring to North Park?
We are going to present The Wizard of Oz.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, The Wizard of Oz. Love that show.
Love it.
It's great, family friendly,
Yep.
family oriented. And the great thing about the cast, you have little ones up to adults.
Absolutely.
It's perfect. It's
and
a perfect
who
fit for
doesn't
that.
like the story? I mean, everybody knows the story. That's a great one.
Yeah.
All right, so Wizard of Oz, what are we going to follow that up with?
We followed that one up with our fall play.
Okay.
And that one is The Cemetery Club.
Okay, now tell me about The Cemetery Club.
So The Cemetery Club, yeah.
Okay.
So it's a great love story. It's set at about these three widows who constantly go and visit their husbands' graves and that kind of stuff. And then out of the clear blue sky, this youngster, 50-ish, right? youngster who goes in and he starts visiting his wife's grave. So then they're kind of...
There's a little love connection possibility there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
then following Cemetery Club.
Following Cemetery Club is a great musical that we're getting a lot of interest in already. It's A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
Oh.
It is an absolute hilarious show. So there's one particular actor who they find out that they're in line for a large sum of money. So they're an heir.
Okay.
So this actor goes around and kills all the people in front of him, and yet when they're reading the will, he has to come back and play every one of those parts. So one actor will play 9 to 11 different parts.
Oh my goodness.
Sings the different parts and that kind of thing. So, I mean, it's just hilarious when the actor executives sue through this comedy musical. It's a great stuff.
I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to follow, but something has to follow it.
Yes. And the something that has to follow that is our next youth show.
Oh, okay.
And that one is bedtime stories told by my dad, who got them wrong. So it's a great child story. You know, every parent tells their kids, and they try to come up with the words off the top of their head. He messes these stories up something fierce.
I bet that's
Oh,
hilarious.
it's gonna be great. I am super stoked to have our youth who are doing our show right now to come back and audition and get this show up and running. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be great.
That's going to be really fun. I'm excited for that one. And then we move into another big show.
We have another big show. After that one is going to be Big Fish.
Yes.
That is a very cute show. It is large musical, very fanciful. It's just a great storytelling story.
Right.
For that matter.
Right.
So it's going to be a great show when it comes out.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Yep. And then we move into I Bet Your Life.
I Bet Your Life. Once again, this is a great show. It is a show about, you have 3 people who are just best friends.
Okay.
And they always dare each other, trying to do a one-up.
Okay.
Right? So the one guy bets his best friend's life. So he's got to do something, and I'm not going to give that away. He's got to do something, but if he doesn't do it, then somebody's going to come kill him. But if he does do it, he goes against what he wants to do.
Wow.
So it's really kind of neat, and they make up this whole big thing, and a lot of different actors come in and they're playing this family thing. It's hilarious.
That
it's
sounds
a very
intense.
good show. Yeah.
That sounds
very
intense.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
A lot of little twists and turns.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
All right, and then closing out our season.
Closing out our season is probably the cutest little musical that I have seen in a very long time. It's called The Enchanted Bookshop.
Love it.
It's our youth production.
Okay.
That is a story where the books in this little bookshop come to life. So it's a little fanciful. It is so cute. I can't wait to see that one.
I'm sure the Springboro community will love that as well.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to get tickets for any of the shows that we mentioned, it's boroughtheater.org.
Yep.
So boroughtheater.org, and keep an eye on the Springboro Community Theatre Facebook page for any updates.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you, Scott, and I'm sure we'll see you again very soon.
I hope so.
Back to you. Thanks, Scott. We cannot wait for next season at SCT.
Exciting.
Isn't that awesome? I mean, they just keep getting better and better.
I know. I love it.
I mean, let's do a little plug for their next show, which is in March, which is Rent.
Oh.
Big deal. That's a big show. I bet they sell out all 6 shows.
Let's hope so.
I bet they do. All right, so now let's go visit our friends at the library.
Hi, girls.
Thanks, guys. We have started a book club for tweens at the library. Readers ages 9 through 12 are invited to join us for Book Pop. Book Pop meets the second Tuesday of the month at the Springboro City Building, which is right next to the library. Book Pop meetings are tons of fun. I hope that you'll join us. Learn more at the Book Pop website, fspl.org/book-pop. There you can see the book club meeting schedule and the book titles that we are reading. If you decide to join us, call the library to register for the next meeting and we'll reserve a copy of the book for you. It's that easy. We hope to see you February 14th, March 14th, and April 11th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. for the Book Pop Book Club.
And one of the reasons why we have to have Book Pop over at the City Building is because the Springboro Library is under construction. We are currently in the process of adding 4,500 square feet, which will consist of a new meeting room, a conference room, 4 study rooms, new bathrooms, and that should be really great for the public to use. So all of our teachers and tutors and individual learners can come in and use those spaces. We are also redoing our lighting and carpet and paint in all of our existing areas, and we will also be redoing our layout throughout the entire library. So those are some fun things we have going on in 2023, and back to you guys.
Thanks, ladies. We're so excited about the renovations going on at the library.
Great. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's going to be impressive, isn't
It will
it?
be impressive. It really will.
All right, Mayor, so next off, we are headed back to the schools.
Love the schools.
I know, and I had the opportunity to sit down with Brian Bales, who You probably will recognize his name as the new basketball coach, but he actually has dual roles at the school that, a lot of people aren't necessarily talking about. Let's go check it out. We are at Springboro High School today in the gorgeous locker room for the boys basketball team, and I am joined by head coach Brian Bales. Brian, welcome to 45066.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you for joining us. Now, first of all, before we get into the nuts and bolts, let's talk about this locker room. It is gorgeous.
Yeah, we've got a great place here for our guys, and the locker room was here before I came here as head coach. But we did come in and we added some paint to it and some new signs. It's a great place to honor the tradition, which you see behind us, the alumni that have played here before us. And it's a place for our guys to be together, to come closer together. They spend a lot of time in here before practice, a lot of time in here after practice. Obviously, after big wins, we've had a lot of special moments in here. And, this locker room is as nice as any college locker room you will find.
It truly is. I know Joe and myself were just absolutely blown away when we came in here.
Yeah, this is an awesome place. Our kids are very fortunate, and we're proud of the locker room, and a lot of memories are made in here.
I believe that. I believe that. Now, you are new to us in Springboro as our head basketball coach, but you actually serve dual roles here in the district. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so during the day I'm the coordinator of student and staff services. I really work a lot with the district in the central office on culture. And, Mrs. Hester and Mr. Tudor, it's just not a buzzword to them. It's something they're very passionate about.
It's so important.
And, they want the gold standard here in Springboro, and we have the gold standard. Our education is second to none. And so I'm just helping the best I can serve the district and help with the climate and the culture of all the school buildings who already do a great job.
Sure. So on a daily basis, what is something that you would do?
So I visit schools. Okay. I work with assistant principals and principals at each building with PBIS, which is Positive Behavior Intervention and Services. I work with a group called Springboro Ambassadors that meet once a month and really work on climate and culture, diversity and inclusion in the district. Sure. So really I run around a lot. At lunchtime I like to be in different schools and really just getting to know the kids and make positive deposits and just be a person that can serve the best I can.
Wonderful. And it sounds like you're doing a great job already.
I don't know. I'm trying.
Well, I believe that. I believe that. And I know when we've had an opportunity to speak with Superintendent Carrie Hester, and I know how passionate she is about climate and culture.
And Carrie's doing a great job. Of course, I'm new here, so this is my first time with Carrie, working alongside of her, and Matt Tudor is the assistant superintendent. They're both new to their roles, but I can tell you firsthand that Mrs. Hester and Mr. Tudor, culture and climate is huge to them. And I've seen them both, they're relationship people, they're process-driven people, and I'm really fortunate to be working alongside of them.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for all you're doing in our district. So let's, pivot a little bit. Let's talk basketball.
Okay.
So what brought you to our district? Because I understand you're just from a little stone's throw from here.
Yeah. Franklin was where I spent, really my entire career.
Sure.
And Franklin's a special place to me. It always will be a special place to me. It wasn't like I saw myself leaving Franklin.
Sure.
I spent 10 years there as an athletic director and basketball coach. And quite frankly, it's just the athletic director job is a tough job. It's 24/7. I've got a son who's 18. I've got a daughter who's 15. I've got a third daughter third child that's 8 years old. And it just got to the point where I was gone all the time, and I was looking for something that would give me more time with my kids. You only get one chance to be dad, and I didn't want to miss out on my youngest daughter or my daughter who's in high school and what they're doing.
Sure.
So I resigned as basketball coach from Franklin, thinking I would just be an athletic director. An opportunity come my way from Springboro, so I listened. And the more I listened and the more we got into it, it just seemed like it was a good fit for my family and I, even though it was really hard to leave Franklin because I love Franklin. I'm passionate about that place. I have a lot of great relationships there. But this was just an opportunity, a challenge, if you will, for my family and I to kind of dive in and go see how it worked out for us.
Well, thank you for having us into your gorgeous locker room today and letting us learn more about Brian Bales.
All right, thank you.
Back to you. Thanks, Brian. It's a pleasure having you in Springboro, and thank you for all you're doing at the schools.
Well, ArtFest is around the corner. You had some news about it. Why don't
We
you
did.
share that with the audience?
We did. As you know, Dinner on Main, our little dinner party in the street, that's actually a fundraising dinner, partnered with the Springboro Wind Symphony this year. And we were able to raise a lot of money for them. And the Springboro Arts Council just handed over a check for $5,000
It's pretty cool.
to the Springboro Wind Symphony. So
Pretty
we're pretty
cool.
proud about
Yeah.
that.
You should be.
Thank you. Thank
Should be.
you.
A lot of hard work.
But it's a lot of fun, too.
A lot of fun behind the scenes and everything else. But it's still work at the end of the day.
It is work. It is work. But I had the opportunity to chat with the ArtFest chair, Kim Loesche, about ArtFest 2023, and then about the presentation of the check from Dinner on Main 2022.
All right.
Let's go check it out. We are at the beautiful studio of Kelly Ann Photography, located upstairs at 140 South Main. And I am joined by Kim Loesche, the Festival Chair of ArtFest on Main. Kim, welcome back to 45066.
Thank you so much.
So we are here to talk a little bit about ArtFest on Main 2023, but I know there's some things about ArtFest 2022 that we wanted to talk about and kind of tie up before we moved on to ArtFest 2023. And that has to do with the Dinner on Main donation check to our partner organization. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that and how that works?
Absolutely. So at ArtFest on Main, we do have a fundraising dinner. It's a farm-to-table dinner located in the middle of Main Street. It's an amazing evening. If you have never attended, it's limited seating. You definitely want to get in on that. And part of it is for us to be able to give back to the communities in some way. And this year we chose an amazing partner, and we were blessed to be able to give them $5,000 donation, which is huge for them.
It is. So we were able, the Springboro Arts Council was able to give Springboro Wind Symphony a check for $5,000 this year as their proceeds from Dinner on Main. So I know that the Springboro Arts Council would like to thank the Springboro community and everyone that participated in Dinner on Main, buying tickets, participating in the live auction, and just, supporting ArtFest in general, because that's how we are able to support some of the other arts organizations.
Absolutely. It's really important for us to be able to give back to the community and give back to the arts.
Well, thank you for that. And I know Springboro Wind Symphony was thrilled with their check.
Good.
Okay, so let's talk about ArtFest 2023. I hear we've got a date scheduled, so we can tell all of our viewers to save the date.
Absolutely. So it's going to be August 26th this year. It's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are very excited. Last year the weather was perfect, so fingers crossed. But mark it down on your calendar now. You'll start seeing marketing and information coming out on our Facebook page. But we are super excited to be planning.
So it's going to be, similar to past years. Close to 100 artists, maybe a little more on the street. Main Street's going to be closed again, I assume.
Absolutely. So we will have close to 100 artists. We had a great student artist area this year that is growing every year, so we're going to be doing that again. It's very popular. We'll have food trucks. We have Dora in Historic Springboro now, so we do have a beer and wine tent. In addition, there's some other businesses on the street with liquor license, so that will kind of help with the flow, and you'll be able to walk around this year with it.
You can sip and shop.
Exactly. And then we have a children's tent with activities. It's just a great day.
And we have entertainment all day as well.
Absolutely.
And then we cap off the evening with Dinner on Main.
Absolutely. So save the date. You definitely want to be there. Last year, our attendance doubled from the year before, which is phenomenal. So you guys have come out in full force to support us, and we really appreciate that.
Truly, truly. So if someone has never been to ArtFest, what's the one thing you would want them to know about it?
I think that you need to understand that this really is focused on art, but there is such a broad range. We have all different medias, we have different price points, but everything is made by those artists. So it is not something where there's a resale and that kind of thing. You're coming out to support true artists. And if you need something for your home, for your business, as a gift, we have everything from handmade children's toys all the way up to high-end sculpture, painting, and jewelry.
And it really is a fun, festive day, isn't it?
It is. It's family friendly, and it's a great day.
Free admission.
Free, absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, then we will plan on seeing you August 26th, right here in historic Springboro for ArtFest on Main.
Thank you.
Back to you. Thanks, Kim. It's always great to chat with you and talk about ArtFest.
Tell your husband, Mike, hoorah. From one Marine to another.
From one Marine to another.
Well, we're going to go to the Career Center.
All right.
Special assignment.
Yes.
John Wright. Let's go see that clip.
Let's go check it out.
Thanks, Carrie. I'm here with Dr. Teresa Orloff, who's the coordinator of the Atrium campus of the Warren County Career Center. They have a lot of great programs that are going on here that I don't know much about, but Dr. Orloff, could you tell us a little bit about them?
I sure could. So during the daytime, we have our high school programs that are here, and we are a standalone campus, so they are here all day with us. But in the evening, we run our adult education medical programs. So, and sometimes during the daytime, we do that as well. So we offer 2 part-time programs. One is STNA, State Tested Nursing Assistant. We run that once a month, whether it's in the evening or in the daytime. And we also run another part-time program called Phlebotomy Technician, where somebody would be doing blood draws, point of care testing, a lot of COVID testing, inpatient, outpatient hospital settings. We run 3 full-time programs, dental assisting, which you see our lab here. We are standing in our operatories in the dental assisting lab. We also run medical assisting, which is a full-time program, and then our pharmacy technician program, which we are going to see later because we did build a mock pharmacy technician classroom so our students could get that practice of a retail setting, a sterile compounding setting, the whole gamut, or what they will have when they go out into the workforce. So we offer 5 different programs here. We also can do customized training for different companies or facilities, different types of pharmacies. So if they have particular needs or they need some of their employees to be certified or trained, we can offer those services as well. And we go and put students out in all the various hospitals, whether it's Atrium Medical Center in our backyard, or Kettering, or UC Westchester, Premier Physician Network. We also work with them a lot. Arrow Springs, Tri-Health, Mercy Health. So we've made a lot of connections, and they kind of call us now when they have employment needs.
Wow.
So yeah, it's great that we get our students out there, and they're needed.
Oh man, that's wonderful. Now, what do the public need to do to you know, if they have interest in this, if they want to join or take part in this?
So anytime you're in the vicinity, come in, stop in for a tour. Again, we're located in Middletown, right behind the Atrium Medical Center and right in front of the Atrium YMCA. You can also visit our website at www.mywccc.org, or you can also call me. Again, Dr. Teresa Orloff at 513-932-8145, extension 5356. My email is also on our website as well. So be happy to give anybody a tour, or any companies that are out there that need employees, let me know.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Orloff. And back to you, Carrie.
Thanks, John. We appreciate your contribution.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I hear a drum roll.
Drum roll. Part 2, Meet Your Neighbor.
And we've got a great one, don't we?
Kelly Settle has a business in the historic district.
She's a great
Oh,
photographer.
she is, yeah. Let's go talk to Kelly. Part 2, Meet Your Neighbor. Kelly Settle, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Glad that you joined us.
Yeah, nice
Tell
to
us
be
a little
here.
bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Kelly Settle, and I grew up locally. I grew up in Bellbrook, and moved away for a little bit, just pretty local still. And my husband and I moved to Springboro in 2000. So longtime resident, raised our children here. Both have graduated from Springboro High School.
All right.
And I own a local business in the historic district, Kelly Ann Photography. I'm a commercial and headshot photographer.
You doing good?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, it's
All
good.
right.
Rebounding from the COVID.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
Small business.
Yeah. It's a struggle, but it's worth it, and things are okay.
As growing up in Springboro, watching your kids grow up, what What can you say about the education and about the feeling and the small town charm and all those kinds of things that you?
Yeah. One of the reasons we picked Springboro when we moved here, because our kids were really small then, is that it had a small town feel, but it was just a little bit bigger than some neighboring cities that we were looking at. We knew the education system was really good here as well. It's always been excellent awards, and that was really important to us. So my kids have excelled in Springboro schools. They went from kindergarten all the way. They were at Jonathan Wright before that was torn down.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute. Yeah, they're both almost out of college now.
Oh, okay. Where are they going to school at?
So my son went to University of Toledo, and he's graduated and has a job now in Columbus. And my daughter's at OU, and she's finishing up her Bachelor's of Fine Arts.
OU. Great school.
Yeah,
Great school.
It's a good school. She loves it. Yeah. They were involved in marching band. So we were really involved in the school activities and all that extracurricular. So
You get a chance to get out to any of the concerts in the park?
Absolutely.
Aren't they
You
great?
know it. Yes,
Aren't
they
great?
are.
Oh,
They're great.
I
They're
know, I love
great.
them. Yeah, we have a lot of different amenities, and I think that's what makes it special. It's not just one thing. It's a bunch of different things. I know we need a big, charming restaurant, and we're working on that. Believe me, we're working on that.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
Everybody wants a Chick-fil-A for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's going to happen.
I'm okay with no fast food downtown.
Yeah, me too. But, when we did the survey, you wouldn't believe it was number one.
Oh, really?
Can you believe that? Out of all the surveys,
Wow.
Chick-fil-A. In any case, what do you think? I always ask people this. What do you think we could do better, if anything?
I don't know. I mean, Springboro's a pretty great place, and I think it's unique because, like I had mentioned before, it's a small town. It's a big town, but it still has a real small town feel. I think a big part of that is our historic district. I do wish that maybe the city would pay attention a little more, or maybe pour a little bit of the funding into revitalizing our downtown, the historic piece. Maybe incentivize some businesses. You mentioned a new restaurant or something. Maybe there's something, I know there's some property available. Maybe that's something that we could pull in and the city could help with.
Are you aware that we put $50,000 a year into the historic district?
I am not aware of that,
Well,
so that would be nice.
Well, we give grants up to $5,000, and if you want to do something like face paint, or whatever you want to do to your establishment, you apply for the grant, and we'll give you up to the numbers. If you spend $5,000, we give you $5,000.
Oh,
You can put
wonderful.
$10,000. So if you don't know anything about it, it's coming up in April. You want to definitely apply for a grant, because we've been doing this for 3 years now.
That's great.
And we've been and if you notice, a lot of people, the Beals and other people, they've changed the way they look. The
Right,
cosmetics.
the Beals own the business, building that I'm in, my business is in.
So we put it back into the community. It's something we want to do.
That's great.
We always try to do something better. Our social media tries to do different things to get the word out. We always want to be transparent. We want people to tell us what we can do better. We view that as constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Something to make it, because it's your town. You got skin in the game.
Yeah.
So we all want to make sure that it's special.
For sure.
So anyway, thanks for being on the show. I
Yeah, no
appreciate that. Is there any
problem.
closing comments you'd like to make before we?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I love being a part of this community. I believe in it. And I'm always here to cheer us on and lend a hand,
All right. Well, good luck with your business.
Thank you.
Kelly, take care. Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate you being a part of our show. It's much appreciated. Anyway, we're another show behind us. I hope you enjoyed it. As Carrie and I have told you over and over again, this show is for you. So anything you think we could do to add to, subtract from, make it better, let us know. If you want to be on the show, let us know.
Yep.
We'd love to showcase you. The only criteria, you've got to live in the city or the township to be Meet Your Neighbor.
It's for Springboro, by Springboro, about Springboro.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Good commercial.
Thank you.
Anyway, we got a lot of things coming up.
We do. We've got all kinds of fun things at the Performing Arts Center. We've got Rent, which opens the first weekend of March. We've got Expo, and then of course in between those two, we've got the Styles on Main fashion show. I mean, so many fun things coming up.
And we'll be keeping you posted. Go to all the social media sites, read the newsletter. There's always something going on in our great city.
Always.
Until next time, Carrie and I want to say goodbye, good luck, Have a wonderful time until we see you again.
Stay safe out there.
Here you go.